Hello, and thank you for downloading episode 64 of We Got This with Mark and Hal. If you live in the Phoenix, Arizona area, you can see Mark Gagliardi in Discord right now at the Herberger Theater. So to check him out live and in person as Charles Dickens, go to arizonatheater.org. You'll see a schedule. You'll see a way to buy tickets. Believe me, you'll have a great time even with that part of the process. Also, if you're a new listener to We Got This with Mark and Hal, first of all, welcome. Second of all, if you like what you're hearing, do us a big favor, go over to iTunes and rate and review us. It helps us find new listeners, and that works out well for everyone. Just trust me. And now, without any further ado, here's episode 64 of We Got This with Mark and Hal.
Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all, Clean Slate II.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcast should have a theme song. Podcast should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, listeners. What's up, Hal?
I'm doing all right, Mark. How are you?
I'm good. You know where we are today. This is very exciting.
I do know where we are. We are in the home of the co-creator of the Thrilling Adventure Hour, our good friend, writer and raconteur, Ben Acker. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Hal.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now,
I couldn't be more excited to be here. I'm a big fan. Long time, first time.
If you're going to be sarcastic, even in this moment, I can't tell if you are sarcastic or not.
It's too late. I can't tell either. It's great to be here.
well, I asked you early on if you were willing to do the podcast.
I don't remember that.
Well, I'm going to tell you what you said.
What did I say?
You said, I would love to do it, but can I do one of those episodes where you just bring out a bunch of topics and we deal with them quickly?
Oh, was I thinking that this was the Judge John Hodgman podcast?
You thought that we were clearing the docket for Judge John Hodgman.
Big fan.
Another fine Max Fun. Maybe the finest
A great
of
Max
Fun
Fun show.
Yeah,
let's say the best.
Let's run the
best.
commercial right now.
Oh, I didn't run it. Anyway, what we're going to do.
Hey, guys, great commercial.
Yeah, this is the second of our Clean Slate episodes. So
Yeah, we got a good response for the last one, so we thought we would take another opportunity to look at our list of topics that we have gotten, topics that don't necessarily seem like they need an entire episode.
Smallies?
Yes, these are the small episodes. Not less important episodes.
Yes.
They will just take less time to cover.
Yeah.
Because they're less important.
No, Ben, look, every one of the people that submitted these is equally important.
Right, to you.
Right.
Yes.
And to you
And
as
to
well
each
for
other.
the next however long we're doing this.
yeah,
Yeah,
3 hours.
Great.
Great.
Now,
we have 71 of them to get through.
Yeah, you're going to hear some scritching and scratching in the background. That is an adorable dog.
Did you check out my Instagram for pictures
out-
exclusively of this dog?
Check out Ben Acker's Instagram
Is
for all the
scritch
best
a
dog.
verb?
Yeah, it is.
There is scritching.
It's when you're on a skateboard and a dog pulls you along the street. Okay.
Or you could scratch your dog's ears.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or if you are in
New Zealand and
the
want to scratch
Jabberwocky,
something.
Yeah.
probably, and you have one of their on-brand snacks, get a Scritch bar. We're sponsored by Scritch Bar.
They're really good. They got nuts in them. Now,
Is that the Jabberwocky accent?
that's the Jabberwocky
Yeah.
accent. It's very specific.
This is a fun podcast, you guys. I don't know why you get those comments on iTunes. This is fun.
It's because you keep leaving them.
I can't. It would be unethical of me to leave a comment on iTunes.
Fair enough. Okay, let's start.
You're
with
down to
somebody-
business.
I want to get into it.
Yeah.
Ben,
Do you have somewhere else to be tonight?
Yeah, we're recording with Blacker in
Yeah.
like an hour.
Blacker who?
please.
Oh, for God's sake.
See the rift? This is really why
Yeah.
the show the regular show had to
Yeah.
come to an end.
The show ended.
They weren't
Because
even
Laverne
talking-
and
yeah.
Shirley broke up.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
they were trying to go through a door at the same time. It was a nightmare. Now they don't talk. All right.
Nice physical bit for your podcast.
All right. So let's start this out with something we got from Brittany Longo via email.
Hello,
And-
Brittany. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany.
Of
She wants to know.
Of the email longos?
The email Longos.
Oh.
You know them so well.
They're great.
Check them out on the ABC hit series Scandal, starring Josh Malina. Should you?
Is that true at all? Is there
You
anything
can't
about
prove it isn't. Prove it isn't right now.
Well, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it by asking
can't.
incisive questions.
Well, I am telling
Is
you.
that how proving works?
No, there's no way I can prove it, so I'm asking questions. If you see something, ask something. Audience?
They write that on the subways in New York.
Oh, I've never been.
Yeah. You're going in like a week though to see.
Let's not blow up my spot.
Yeah, you guys.
I'm going to visit friends. I'm going to visit friends and see a play.
Ben Acker,
and I'm seeing 3 plays.
Ben Acker is going to go see a musical. You guys, a guy who has knocked musicals the entire time we have known him.
Theater's dead. We can all admit that. Except for there's a play that's great and everybody knows it, and so I'm going to see that one.
How can you not see it?
Sure.
Right?
Right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Is that the question? Thanks, Jesse
No,
Longo.
That is not what Brittany wants to know. Mark, tell us what Brittany wants
Brittany
to know.
wants to know, should you take your shoes off when entering someone's home?
No. Let me tell you this. If you are a person who has a home, don't make people take their shoes off. That's your trip.
Why?
Yeah, for me, as I don't own a home.
Same thing. You have an apartment.
I have an apartment.
If you have a home,
Right.
you are a host, and your guests are coming in to be your guest. There is a relationship there where you're like, when you come in, I offer you something to drink. I offer you that I move my laundry off the table that we're recording on. You guys pass it up, but it's the onus is on the host to be a host, and so to start making demands of the guest that say, you know what? Here's the dumb carpet I bought, and I want to keep it the same dumb color. And if you walk on it, it's going to mess everything up, but still come in, but do it my way. That's a specific kind of host that exists, and I'm sure they're nice people. They call their mother once a week. But as hosting goes, it's not the best.
I mean, you don't walk into a restaurant and expect to take your shoes off and that's the host-guest relationship outside of.
Sure. If you
home
walk
and
into your
familiar.
friend's house, you should order anything you want to eat.
Well, you're using the phrase, you're using host and guest. I'm taking another instance where host and guest are used. But that's not the question that's being asked.
Right.
The question is being asked is, should you take your shoes off when entering someone's home? I'm with you on, should you ask people to take their shoes off upon entering your home? I do not do that.
Right. Because you respect your friend.
Yeah.
But there's a converse here. There are ways to be a good host and there are ways to be a good guest.
Sure.
And sometimes it seems like they're almost at odds because as a host.
Oh, sure.
you
It's
should
a
not-
dance.
Yeah.
Oh, Hal.
I know,
It's a
I know.
dance.
Oh, we're dancing right now.
Yeah. No,
buddy. You ready? Huh?
Yeah.
Dance.
Yeah.
Touch me.
You guys, put your hands down off each other's waists right now.
And off.
And off.
What kind of, like,
It took you a little longer.
what kind of guest, like, that seems like a presumptuous, like, look, I gave credit to Ms. Longo that in this scenario, the host was asking you to take your shoes off. And and if the host asks you to take your shoes off, the answer is yes. As a guest, you do that, but you judge that host for being a crap bag. Right?
No.
Yes.
I don't.
Hal, do you make people take their shoes off when they enter your place?
My mother did. But here's the thing. No, I grew up in a place where it was like, I'll go into somebody's home and I'll ask them, do you want me to take my shoes off? And if they say,
you little
wait,
piss
you
ass.
ask with,
You suck up.
Really?
because I think it's an uncomfortable.
Would you please, Mr. My friend's dad,
I
would you
don't
please
walk
like
in-
me?
Listen, I don't walk in like Oliver Twist.
No, you walk
come
in like
in.
the neediest friend.
I walk in
No,
if there's
it is
a
a
pile of
dance.
shoes at the front door and everyone in the room is sock-footed, I will take my shoes off.
Yeah,
Sure.
but you can still judge the crapbaggery of that act.
But I don't think it is. I think it depends.
I think-
if you care about your flooring, you care about your flooring. Like what? It's a big deal for me that I have to take my shoes off for a second. It's not like I came in a tuxedo and now I'm in a tuxedo and
No,
socks. I was like
you
a
brought
fool.
in you were like, here's what I'm going to do in case I have to take my shoes off. I'm going to wear these socks here, and that'll really knock them dead. I know that's how you think. But here's the thing.
This show brought to you by Sock Hub.
Oh, wait, is this a
.org.
Sock Hub show? Forget I said anything. Take your shoes off. Let your sock flag fly. The motto of Sock Hub.
If you are, I guess it partly depends on how familiar you are with the people. If this is
There's a whole nother level where if you are totally, let me interrupt to say.
Oh, I was going to.
It happened.
Yeah.
Like if you are, say you're 14 and your friend is 14 and you're at your friend's house and you're, doing whatever, having soda, playing video games or whatever, kick them shoes off.
Yeah.
Right? You're a child.
You're
But
thinking
for
more dinner
but
party.
I'm thinking grown-ups leave your shoes on. Because that's part of what it's your thing.
I guess looking at the question, when entering someone's home, I guess it depends on the.
Wait, is this are you a vampire in this question?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no. If you can take your shoes off, and that's an invitation to their house.
Yes.
So then you can get in.
First of all, vampires don't try to trick me. No of you vampires are allowed in my house right now.
Come on, take my shoes off. Is this okay?
No. You take your shoes off outside, and you stay outside with those shoes.
Fine. And then a bat flying around with shoes on. It's a perfect classic bit, guys.
Classic.
More visual bits.
The sneakered bat.
I've interrupted you 4 times. Do you have something to say? 4
times. We've known each other for 15 years. You've interrupted me a lot more than that.
You're going to make Candyman appear.
In this recording.
Oh, okay.
As of this recording. 4 times on the record.
That's true.
Thank you.
No, I guess we do have to have an answer. We have to come up with a definitive answer. Should you take, and the question is, should you take your shoes off when entering someone's house? It's not about whether or not you're
whether or not they're home,
asking,
whether or not they invited you. It's just you go to a house.
I guess the answer for me is if asked.
That's a definitive answer.
Yeah. Well, I'd say that the answer is no. Because when you walk into someone's house, you walk in with your shoes on.
Yeah.
You don't walk in expecting to take them off.
Is this a riddle?
You're either asked or not.
So should you take your shoes off?
Shoes on at morning.
And also,
one
Hal,
shoe at noon. Yes.
Hal, you shouldn't, if there's no assumption of taking the shoe off.
Yeah.
Why are you asking? Why are you walking in going, should I take my shoes off?
Because I'm a nervous wreck who wants everybody to like me. I'm not saying
but when I asserted that as a thesis, you were like, no.
No, I'm telling you, that's why I ask. I'm not saying you have to ask. I'm saying I do. But in general, you should not. I don't come in and just start like, oh, let me take my shoes off real quick.
No, you come in and you're like, Mr. My friend's dad. I brought my shoes this far in your house, and now I have to ask you, on or off? You tell me. And if you want to ask your wife and decide as a household.
Yes.
I am just here, Hal Lublin, trying to get everyone in this family to like me.
How many family huddles have you waited politely by the door with your shoes in your hand for?
How much time you got, buddy?
So let's figure this out definitively. Our first one, what is the answer?
No.
No.
Yes.
Asked and answered.
Yes, you're agreeing with us?
No, I'm making it 2 against 1. Does that have to be unanimous?
How dare you?
Usually, but with you here, we may change that rule.
Oh, then no.
Asked and answered. Thank you, Brittany.
Thanks, Brittany.
Up next.
Thanks, Brit.
We have, this is from Rachel Lou.
Hi, Rachel Lou.
Is that like
I have to go to the loo or Waterloo?
All right.
Either way. She wants to know, when you store your glasses in a cabinet, do you store them rim up or do you store them rim down?
I would say yes.
You do both.
You don't do them sideways. You pick one of those two.
Here's the thing, viewers with your ears. If you do it sideways, they're going to roll out of there and break, unless they're mugs. But that's not the question.
Sure, the question isn't about mugs. It's about glasses.
Glasses are made of glass, everyone. Use your heads. Those glasses will roll and break. Sideways, no ways. That's the Glasses motto. This episode brought to you by Glasses.
GlassHub.com.
Let your glass flag fly.
Yeah. Now, I think this is...
Take off your shoes and show them your glasses, everyone.
This is really a question of what kind of germs you're afraid of.
Up germs or down germs?
Yeah. You're either afraid of the up germs, which is you leave it open and something gets in the glass, or down germs, you store it rim down. But
you haven't washed that surface in a million.
You have a filthy cabinet.
Yeah, disgusting cabinet.
Have you heard of contact
Which did you
paper?
taste when you drank the cup of water I provided you? Did you
Can you guess?
Up germs or down germs?
I'm going to guess up germs.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, like you.
I know you well
can
enough
taste.
to know that you are choosing the correct answer.
Oh.
Because I will go out and say right now, I don't know if you guys have strong opinions on this. You certainly seem to on the first one.
What was the first one?
Should you take your glasses off when you walk into a house?
Oh, yeah, because they're for driving. Well, that seems mighty personal.
Look,
you're drinking glasses.
If you're storing, I'm assuming these are stored in a cabinet, and if something is stored in a cabinet, the reason to store something rim down would be to prevent dust, I'm assuming, from getting into the glass.
Yes.
But if it's in a cabinet, it's not going to get dusty. The inside of a cabinet doesn't get dusty. But what it is a dark space that if you have something wet that you've just washed or taken out of a dishwasher and placed upside down, you're preventing air from getting inside. You're putting it onto a now wet surface in a dank place. you're breeding so much more bacteria if you have it rim down than rim up.
What if you let it dry before you put it away?
If you let it dry 100% of the time, I imagine that would make a difference. But if there is ever a time when you don't let them get bone dry, then there's going to be bacteria on that surface in the cabinet.
And how about this? If you're really concerned about storing your glass rim up because you're afraid something's going to get in there or dirt's going to get in, why don't you try cleaning your house and keeping your kitchen clean so there isn't dirt
Shoo away those spiders, you gross creep.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Rachel Lou, we are not aiming this at you directly.
No, we're aiming it at the people who keep spiders in their cabinets.
Yeah, if you have cabinet spiders, you've got a larger problem.
Little Miss Muffet.
In general. Yeah. You store your glasses.
The Itsy Bitsy family.
Yeah.
Brittany Longo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brittany Longo, who wants to take her shoes off.
Yeah.
I don't know what her position on that is. I just know she has spiders in her cabinet. Metaphor.
So the answer is you store your glasses rim up. Asked and answered.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rachel.
Well, we haven't heard the rim downside, Hal.
The rim downside is, and I get this too, if you have contact paper down, you have a clean surface. If you dry the glass, because I agree, you don't want to put glasses away wet in general.
Right.
You know, there are a lot of, you could have a little like
wet glass away,
bottom.
Sailor take warning.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody knows that classic children's limerick.
GlassesHub.org. Get some glasses.
Get some glass. Get you some glasses. Glass Hub. If you could store them rim down, but it doesn't really do much for you. And a lot of times, like I have, this is going to surprise both of you. I have a lot of glasses from when I was a child, Snoopy glasses, Star Wars glasses that are narrower.
Oh, I just got knocked over by a feather. Who let all these feathers in here?
But if you have a glass like that is wider at the bottom and thinner at the top, it is dumb to store it rim down. It's just going to fall over and break. It's
also, you're looking at an upside down R2-D2.
Yeah, all the blood rushing to his head. And also, you may as well store him sideways for how much they're going to roll when you open that door.
Exactly. And you don't want that. They're collectible.
What do you got? A Ronald McDonald glass?
Yeah, I have some.
You got a Snoopy glass?
There's a lot of
stuff. Are the Snoopy's like a half tall?
No, they're the full size.
The half talls were the Garfield ones that McDonald's put out in the 80s. And then there were there was that full set that I would love to get this full set again. I used to have of the Great Muppet Caper.
Oh, sure.
Got it.
It was Burger King, right?
Yep.
Was it Burger King? There was the Happiness Hotel one. There was the Miss Piggy going through the glass.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the other ones were.
The bicycle balloon.
Bicycle and the hot air balloon. That was it.
The saddest of those glasses were the ET ones. I cried every time at those glasses.
Yes, I have an ET glass as well.
I never had the ET glasses.
Oh, I was making it up.
It's real. Nice try at a joke, Ben. Thanks. But reality has thwarted you.
Viewers, phone in and tell me if that was a nice try at a joke.
We're waiting your calls. Let's put one in right now.
All right. And we seem to have lost the caller.
Oh, do you guys do characters of caller?
No. Yeah. But when we get Phil Hendry on as a guest.
Okay. Yeah.
He'll fool us.
You're limited to.
In the room. Okay. Asked and answered. Rims up.
Face down, rims up.
Yeah.
Face down, rims up. Socks on, can't lose. Asked and answered.
First draft.
Sailors take warning.
Friday Night Lights.
All right. Next. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Glenn Hushke? Is that correct?
I'm so glad you had to say it.
Huschke.
Glenn Hushke.
I'm going to say Hush.
Is the question how to pronounce his name? Because he should know that.
Yeah.
Or she.
Well, Glenn, I'm assuming, is a fella's first name.
All right. Well, it's 2015, so
it's 2016.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think Glenn Close would have something to say about that.
Oh, yeah. That's two N's.
And Len Sella would not have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
From Moron Movies?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And silly cinema.
That was a deep cut.
It's a podcast.
Speaking of deep cuts.
Tumblr this, you guys. Tumblr us on Snapchat. Deep cuts. Those things. Oh, can we do a podcast called Those Things? Side project. You want to do it right now?
Let's do it right now.
All right.
Oh, man.
Hal, can you go see what the dog's doing?
Yeah, just hang out here and engineer on the fly.
Okay, great.
So, you remember you would throw a little sticky guy with arms?
Yeah.
And it would flip
splat
down
on the wall.
So those are things.
Those are things.
Okay. That's case
Wait,
one.
If you did it
on a window, you do it on a window.
Yeah, because if you did it onto a painted wall,
yeah,
guys, it made it like.
Hal, please don't interrupt an episode.
It made it look like oil slick. Was that a thing? Like it made walls gross.
Gross, yeah,
yeah.
But a window.
That's
what it was built for.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a great
that was a
case on Are Those Things. Do you have one for Are Those Things?
Well, we will next time.
On Are Those Things?
Check us out on Are Those Things at gmail.com.
Snapchat.
Because everybody...
You can't even remember that email for a fake show that you made up?
Does Mark think that there's some Gmail that's .net?
Yeah, it's gmail.gov, right?
Oh boy.
Not my
Oh boy.
Gmail.
Viewers call in.
Glenn wants to know, is it called a movie or a film?
Oh, it depends.
Depends on how good it is.
Or how pretentious you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So walk me through each, Mark. What is the cutoff for film versus movie?
For me, a movie is something that is like a blockbuster that I'd want to go see in a full theater the opening weekend. That's a movie. Like if I want to get popcorn with it and sit and escape for 2 hours. Okay, here's a good delineation for me.
Okay.
If I don't feel like thinking, it's a movie. If I want to think my way through it, it's a film.
So big action pieces are generally in movies.
Yeah, an Avengers movie is nobody.
Okay,
I don't see an Avengers film.
Avengers is a movie. Godfather is a film.
Correct.
Titanic
is a masterpiece.
No, but for real.
Titanic's a movie.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
Oscar films or Oscar movies? Because
Oscar films.
But Titanic was an Oscar winner.
Yes.
Like the Oscar films tend to be garbage
see, now-
brand trash, right?
Yeah. What about Inside Out? Inside Out is an Oscar-winning. Is it
That's a
film
Pixar.
or a movie? Those are all masterpieces.
Yeah, they're all
No, come on. You've seen Cars. You've seen Cars 2.
I enjoy
Cars
a
2
lot.
is not great.
Cars 1 is
Maybe
not
not.
great.
Cars 1 is really good.
Cars 1 is pretty great.
You're wrong.
Oh, you
Can
don't
we
like
do
anything.
No, I like everything. And that's how much, and I don't like Cars. That speaks to how bad Cars is.
Wait,
no,
hold
listen,
on, Mark. Can we co-host the second thing of Is That a Thing real quick?
yeah.
Just you and I. Hold on for a second, Ben.
I'll sit out.
Ben
Guys,
liking,
I'm sitting out.
Ben liking things. Is that a thing?
No, that's not a thing.
Not a thing. Thanks for episode 2 of Is That a Thing? Ben,
Yeah. Great episode, you guys. I couldn't help it over here.
do you
Were you listening to us or were you listening to Judge John Hodgman?
No, I was listening to the podcast, the sub podcast. Is that a thing? I'm a big fan. It's just great what you guys do sometimes.
All
I like
right.
the episodes
So,
with
Hal,
you,
what do you
not
think,
me.
Hal?
I call them movies. I think film is kind of a pretentious thing
Appellation?
that you sort of you
I made a petard, everybody.
You did. You really did. But it is. It's one of the, like, oh, I saw a film. Like, you could say movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. The English Patient can be a movie. It doesn't change the quality of that film, whether you think it's good or bad. Like, it just feels like a word that we use to make us sound more sophisticated. It's
This
not
is why
necessary.
I never tell anybody what I'm seeing. I just tell them that I've been to the cinema.
That's the thing. If somebody asks me if I want to go see a movie, yeah. If someone asks me if I'd like to go see a film, chances are I'm suddenly
is it
busy
Cars
that
2?
night. Look, I told you I do not like Cars 2. I am with you in disliking Cars 2. But Cars 1, you will never convince me is a bad movie.
It has a lot of ontological problems.
Does that mean bugs?
We'll be right back.
So the answer is
Movie.
it's a movie. There you go. Asked and answered, Glenn.
Guys,
Stop
I
saying
agree.
Film.
I agree with you. Let's call it a movie.
Can we?
Right
We all
on.
agree. It's not called the Muppet Film. All right.
The Great Muppet Film.
The Great Muppet.
Oh, they're called capers.
Yeah, they're all called capers.
Hey, you want to go sneak into this place? We'll get a diamond. We'll watch a film. Oh, no, it's a caper.
The thing I hate the most about going to ArcLight is having to bend through all those lasers. That they have.
Right, just to go to the flickers.
Flickers. Do you guys? I'll tell you what I do like calling them.
Talkies.
Pictures. I like using picture because it feels old timey and fun. Like, oh, I saw this one picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, the dame's in that picture.
Sure, they had legs that went all the way out to here sometimes.
Gams even.
Right, but they were like, they started here and they went all the way out to there.
Visual jokes.
Okay.
Like a cephalopod, that chick. That dame. Sorry, that brassy dame. Just legs coming
Did you
all
see
out
the
the
movie
middle.
The Human Cephalopod? What a film.
I didn't. I don't like that kind of
Yeah.
film.
You don't go to that cinema?
That was a silent, right?
Yeah. All right. Now, next up, so that's 3 down, 4 to go. Our next topic, sent to us by Casey Clowers or
Is there a
Casey
theme
Clowers.
to this topic? Is there a musical theme that you guys play?
Yeah, this is the Casey Clowers suggestion.
That was great.
It's mostly endings. That song is mostly endings.
CaseyClowers.org for all your Casey needs.
Get your Casey on, y'all.
Get your Casey on.
Casey Guys, Hal's pretty dumb. It's great.
Thanks.
All right. Casey asks, should cursive continue to be a part of grade school curriculum?
I think it depends. Do you want to fool another generation of kids into thinking that a Q and a 2 are the same thing?
Ooh, Hal's busting it.
Hal does not
canned
like
material.
cursive. I am.
Hal, this is how you opened your stand-up set. Please, keep it live and fresh for the podcast.
I am.
Folks, what's the deal with all this cursive, guys? This cursive is
What's
cool,
the deal with an R?
I'm going to throw this one to Acker first.
All right.
Our resident writer.
Here's as a writer, I would say that there's no reason for them.
We're
to
talking
use
about
a pencil
writing.
or a pen. Give them a keyboard, right? Like.
Right.
Yeah.
Let them recognize what print letters are and maybe teach them Helvetica and Courier and Times New Roman. But there's no reason to learn cursive. That's an elective at best. A calligraphy class or something?
Yeah.
Lovely. But you'll never use it.
I use cursive every day. I rarely write. I rarely print because I can write so much faster in cursive.
That was you don't pick up the pen? Is that why the standard cursive reason?
I know, but between every word,
the reason of cursive is that you don't pick up the pen. It's one stroke, and you're using it for its intended purpose, and that tickles me because I can only imagine that you're using cursive to write grocery lists exclusively. Look, really, I'm going to get these eggs. I'm going to know about it fast.
I have beautiful grocery lists.
Yeah.
And I take some Dracar Noir and I spray them. After I write my grocery list, and then I keep them on my bulletin board. Am I the only one here who is?
This is a long con, and your ultimate goal is to get your bulletin board to smell like Dracar Noir.
Yeah.
You might look at your life choices.
You know what? You're right, man.
Common theme of this podcast.
You know what I'm going to do?
Prioritize.
I'm just going to spray Dracar all over the room
on a
bulletin board.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going to cut out the middleman.
Yeah, that'll save you some time, like cursive does.
I just happen to like cursive
because it's feminine.
No, not because it's feminine. I think it is classic.
Eloquent.
That's not a thing.
Beautiful when done well. It is.
Will you do some cursive and put it on your Tumblr for this podcast?
I don't have a Tumblr.
No, this podcast.
I barely have an email address.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Al, will you do this?
You'll write in cursive and I'll put it up for everybody.
Great. I've always prided myself on having excellent cursive.
Have you guys heard this podcast? I Was There Too?
Yes.
It's really good.
Oh my God. Are you just dreaming of places you'd rather be?
No, I love this. I'm having a great time. These guys are wonderful hosts. I took my shoes off.
Matt's gonna have you on.
All right. Am I the odd man out on cursive here?
I think I agree with Ben. I think it's lovely, but it's like calligraphy. It is like teaching. It's an art form. You don't need it anymore.
Right.
We all use computers.
I still use the 3 dots to mean therefore. Am I the only one?
Well, yeah, you're doing a lot of proofs though. You're doing a lot of proofs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you QED it like a mug.
All right. So no, you shouldn't have to teach cursive in school. You know how much it hurts for me to say that because I love
making people learn cursive.
You know what? If I had to do it, you got to do it. Right?
No,
if I have to take pre-calculus, you have to take cursive.
That's racism thinking. If I had to hate those people, you have to hate those people.
I don't think that racism works like that. Oh, I got it. I have to hate you.
I do. So my dad did, and he told me to do it because he had to do it.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Donald Trump of cursive.
Make writing great again.
Oh, am I the Donald Trump of cursive now?
Everybody says that about you.
Yeah.
I want my Make America Great Again hat to be in perfect cursive with that, where it's like line, dotted line, and then line.
Sure.
Because you use that for cursive and printing.
Don't you feel like when somebody...
You still use that.
I still use that, yeah.
That's your...
I cannot get very many words on a page.
Your grocery list is horizontal.
Yeah. 3 lines per page.
Mark Gagliardi,
11,
age 37.
Let me just unfold this.
Hey. 36 until April 26th.
Sorry, you're right.
36 and a half.
Don't preempt my birthday.
I'm putting this out on the 27th. Just to make myself right. When I see somebody has typed out and chosen a font that looks like cursive, I immediately assume they don't know how to use a computer. That's how outdated cursive is.
They're your dad's friend or whatever.
Like, think about all the other things you could teach a child at that age instead of writing in cursive.
Yeah, like tolerance.
Yeah.
Mark.
When did cursive become synonymous with racism?
When your reason was, I did it, so you have to do it. It's the way things are. I can't help it. Make America cursive again.
All right, shut up.
Well,
yes. Thank you for having us in your home.
Guys,
We're having on your show.
Why do we both
Usually
have
a
our
short
shoes
hosting.
Guys, trade shoes. Well,
oh my God.
The answer is we should not continue to teach cursive in school curriculums. Asked and answered. Let's take a quick break and all just calm down a second and we'll listen to some ads from our brethren and sistren from the Maximum Fun Network.
Hello, Internet. I'm Travis McElroy.
And I'm Teresa McElroy.
She is my wife.
And he's my husband.
And it is our pleasure to introduce to you a brand new podcast,
Schmanners. It's extraordinary etiquette
for ordinary occasions. Teresa, let me ask you this. Can you teach me how to write a thank you note?
Yes, I can.
How about tips to improve my table manners?
I'll do my best.
And will you finally explain to me the difference between casual and business casual and cocktail and formal and black tie and all that stuff?
If anybody can, I can.
But, like, it's going to be funny, right?
Of course, I'm going to give historical origins and how those manners fit into our everyday lives. How could it not be funny?
But also sometimes we'll talk about, like, burps and farts, right?
Yeah, when not to.
But we'll still talk about it.
Yes.
Great. So come join us for our new hilarious show.
No RSVP required.
Coming to you soon every Friday on MaximumFun.org. It's Schmanners.
Manners. Get it?
Hello, Brent.
Travis.
Welcome to Trends Like These.
What's Trends Like These, you ask? Well, it's a podcast where we take the news trending on the internet and we cover it in podcast form.
We go beyond the headlines, beyond the memes to bring you the real story so that when your friends bring it up, you can look real smart.
We take things that need to be debunked and we debunk them, and then we take things that need to be rebunked and we rebunk them.
We bring you all the details and we give you a spin on it, our opinions, our thoughts, and we also try to dig up some positive things to talk about, so it's not all bummers.
Just a couple of real-life friends talking internet trends.
So join us every Thursday on MaximumFun.org and wherever podcasts are found.
And we're back.
Have you calmed down?
Yes, I've calmed down.
Okay.
He wrote something in cursive and
I
calmed
know.
down.
I had to write something in cursive and calm down.
I think you're a better person for it.
All right.
Here we go. The next is from Melanie Zaczek.
Hi, Melanie.
Melanie wants to know when you're having a bowl of cereal.
Mm-hmm.
So like morning time.
Morning time.
No,
Or
anytime.
Anytime.
All
Cereal's
times,
an every
all
time
the time.
treat.
You have that savory cereal for dinner?
Yeah.
All right.
Salty pork cereal. Sounds like a punk band. Okay. Pour milk or cereal first. Which do you put in the bowl first? Is this really a question?
That's like a what side of the toilet paper roll? Like I could see someone answering the other way, but that's wrong. Like that.
Hang on a second, though.
Yeah.
You guys both said that as if, oh, well, clearly there's only one answer. And now I'm wondering if my answer that I've always done is the right one.
Do you want to all say at the same time?
Yeah. So we'll say either milk or cereal for the first thing that goes in the bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Count it off.
1, 2, 3.
Cereal.
Okay,
Really? I can't believe you doubted
Well,
that.
for a second I was like, oh God, like, I don't know.
If you really
cereal
thought
first.
that would be like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
It
You'd be
really
like
would.
everybody got taken away by aliens who don't understand how breakfast works.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like Left Behind. I was going to go outside and just be shoes everywhere.
I'll say one more. It is like the dumbest episode of The Twilight Zone.
Everybody's just pouring their milk in first.
And nobody realizes it because it's all in their own homes.
I'm curious, Melanie.
I thought it was going to be,
Melanie.
in our world, it is normal to put the cereal on top of the milk. Yours is ugly.
She's the ugly one.
Yes.
Melanie.
Garrett Morris.
Were you giving a shout out to the
Brian Doyle Murray.
Jeez.
Lucky Charms. Some milk.
Count Chocula.
Melanie,
Have you guys heard the Super Ego podcast?
Oh, for God's sake. I am trying to talk to Melanie.
Melanie!
Melanie Zajac, I don't know.
Do you hear her talking back to you?
Yes.
No.
Right now.
Ask
Melanie,
and answer.
say something.
Hi, Mark. It's me,
You guys,
Melanie.
it's the ghost of Don Pardo and Melanie are here.
Oh, are they together?
Finally.
I'm happy for them.
I know. Kissing.
That's the tune.
All right. We have 2 more to go.
Take that, docket.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
asked.
you're not calling it a docket, are you?
No.
That's what it is.
This is a slate.
A cleanse. This is a cleanse.
We're cleaning it.
You're having a
Although,
cleansed slate.
I have to say, the first time I put it out, I thought, because we were in our respective cities and we were on a phone and each recording, and I thought you said clean plate. So I called the episode Clean Plate because I thought
You
Mark
clean your
knows-
plate, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Mark is making perfect sense. And then everybody was like, Mark said clean slate, moron.
I kind of love calling this a clean. Can we call this a clean plate?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a clean
We're
plate.
in the clean plate
We're
club.
cleaning our plates.
Yeah, guys, don't call Hal a moron. He's pretty okay.
Yeah, leave me
Yeah,
alone.
He's not, super smart, but he's not super dumb.
Yeah. He's pretty
I'm
smart.
average.
He's C++. That's programming, right?
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Melanie. Please step aside because next we
Wait,
have...
Melanie, what do you do?
No, Melanie.
I'm curious what Melanie does because I'm
Tell us.
worried that someone has.
I think that the only reason you'd ask this question is if you do your milk
If
first,
you're a milk
and
first
everyone
person.
is like, "No, cereal first." Obviously, she's like, "No, these people disagree on stuff. I'll get someone to back my play."
Sorry.
Or she's like, "Hi, me too. Who would put milk in the bowl first? That's so weird."
But I better ask and see if there's someone in the bowl.
Yeah.
And this will start a national conversation.
Now, I
about
will-
it.
okay.
Do you spoon or fork for cereal? I'm just asking.
I will say this. The only time that it winds up for me, milk first and cereal second, is when I'm pouring an additional bowl. If I have milk left
there's
over,
remainder milk.
remainder milk.
Like
can be- remainder milk can be
you put in too much milk,
right.
or by design or by accident, and you're trying to get that milk out of there.
Yeah.
by pouring the right amount of cereal.
It's a milk sponge.
It's a real chicken or egg
Can I just
situation
say,
where
though,
you're having eggs and then you're like, now I want some chicken.
Yeah, it's a chicken and the egg situation where eggs are clearly for breakfast and chicken is clearly for lunch.
Right.
Put your cereal in first.
Wait, can I just say though, if that's a situation here where there's some milk left over and you want more cereal,
Yeah.
the milk's probably flavored like the cereal. Drink that milk, and then you can put more cereal in. Otherwise, because this is the reason why you don't put the milk in first, because the cereal's going to float. It's going to take a while, so you won't get as much cereal as you like in the bowl.
Are you magic?
Yeah, I am.
That cereal's gonna float, y'all.
I'm Don Herbert.
Cereal milk for me, especially if it gets super sweet,
Yeah.
I like to pour more cereal in and get rid of it. I don't like to just tip up the bowl of like diabetes.
I feel like
milk.
that. I feel like that's a young man's game.
Yeah.
I feel like once you're double digits, you gotta like fill that milk up.
Yeah,
with-
you go with
This is a more valid line of questioning. No offense to our audience,
Yes.
who we love.
Sure.
But this is a great, I would listen to that debate for a longer extended period of like,
Of just eating cereal?
no, like, do you drink that
drink that milk or
do you
regional
drink
cereal
that
on top of it.
All right.
Although I
We'll-
guess we've answered it. So
we'll cover it later. That could be it's a whole entire thing.
that's
Yeah.
that's a rich field.
It is. So,
Loamy. Like a loamy field.
yeah. It
Not
is
what I thought.
sweet loamy field. Not what I thought either.
I thought you were just throwing down a gauntlet at Hal.
Yeah.
Like, now we're just insulting.
I was ready to write down the time code so I could edit that out, but I'm going to keep it in.
You're gonna keep it. You're gonna write it down. You're gonna put a B in front of it.
Oh,
And then
loamy
you're gonna delete
Ben.
it.
All right. Melanie,
Here's a thing I like to do
you go ahead.
when you're trying to move on.
Please.
I've noticed about myself
You do not let us.
that I like to
You wanna
hold
keep
it up a little
going?
bit.
Sure.
Yeah,
Why are we in such a rush?
that's my question. I think it's because you have a place to be after this.
Well, let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Melanie asked and answered.
You're telling me that,
Yeah.
and I should tell Melanie.
You're the Melanie in this. Will you wear this wig for me?
Yeah.
And the dress?
Audience, I've put on the wig and the dress. very rapidly.
Take your shoes off.
Shoes have been off.
Yeah.
I put them back on and take them off just for Hal.
Put those glasses rim down for me.
Got crass. Cut that time code.
Loamy. Okay.
All right. Joey Reichert, R-E-I-C-H-A-R-T.
God,
Sorry for
people. When you write in, put the pronunciation of your name and whether you're a gentleman or a lady.
Acker, stop yelling at our audience. We love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we love them. We're in love with them. We're going to ask them to the big dance, and they're going to say no and break our hearts.
I don't know if Joey's a boy or a girl.
When you write in a little bit of how to pronounce your name and whether you're a gentleman or a lady or whatever, a tertiary, there's it's Tumblr times, whatever you want to be, it's fine. Just let us know.
But this one will go out to, I will just say Joey. I will not add
Is that a man or a woman?
gender
or a third
designation.
thing? Yeah.
Because I do not know.
Joey wants to know, how many days in a row is it okay to wear a pair of jeans before you wash them? This is something that Joey asked us via email.
Okay.
How many days is it okay? Now, I'll lead off here and subject myself to possible ridicule by saying, I will wear the hell out of a pair of jeans. I'll wear them a real long time before I wash them, to the point where, like, I measure it by 3 times Jennifer saying, you should probably wash those jeans before I go. It's
What?
time to wash those jeans.
Measure it by 1 time of your wife saying, wash those jeans.
Here's the thing. You're both kind of right, except Mark is more right.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can wear a pair of jeans into the ground.
Yes.
And should. They're designed for that.
Yes.
And if anybody's noticing your jeans wearing patterns and can discern that it's one pair of jeans instead of several pairs of jeans because they're jeans, so they look enough alike that people shouldn't be detective ass about your jeans.
Yes.
But if there's someone in your life, like Hal has a wife,
Yes.
and they say, here's the thing you should do, whether it's jeans or any other thing.
Yes.
Do it the first time.
Okay. Yeah, but do that thing. Like, let me do that. She's on your team.
Well, it's not that thing of like, there is a chocolate stain or like I've spilled a strawberry milkshake on my pants and she's like I could probably, one time she'll say it, I'll go, okay. And then like later on, not the same
day.
No, not that day. She'll see it and she'll be like, she'll go, you should probably wash those jeans. And then
the next day, the guy next to you on the plane went, you should probably wash those jeans.
But,
it's like airplane. There's just a line of people telling you.
Do you have a washing machine in your home?
Yes.
Wash them jeans home?
I do. I tend to wash them once a week.
Yeah, but if Jen, like,
and that's okay. She'll say okay in a week.
How many pairs of jeans do you have in the rotation?
I have 1 pair of jeans.
What?
I wash once a week.
You have to get a second pair of jeans for plausible deniability.
You need a second pair of jeans.
I have other pants. I have other pants. But in
trousers or whatever.
I never see you in jeans.
But my whole premise of
Yes.
you can wear jeans and maybe it's another pair of jeans only works if you have another pair of jeans.
Well then, or do I?
No, you don't.
No, you
just
told
said.
us that you
All right, fair enough.
Plus denied.
Okay, here's tell me if this sounds reasonable.
Go ahead.
I have 4 pair of jeans.
Okay.
Pair.
4 pairs.
Okay. And I will do 3 days.
That's a good rule of thumb.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got 12 days worth of jeans.
And then you got nothing.
Then I have no pants for the rest of the month. Because I do not live near a laundromat.
Do you ever bank it? Do you ever go?
I'll turn these inside out.
Uh-huh.
No, I never do.
And you got
I used to be one time wash them, which was a crazy way to deal with jeans because then they get faded and they're not doing their function like you mentioned as jeans. What I felt was a reasonable level for me, 3 days.
Okay.
Would you guys?
That sounds fair.
That sounds fair. If you're not, I think up to a week is okay if you're not putting them through extraordinary wear and tear.
I think up to a week is okay as long as you never admit it on a podcast.
Yeah. And you also never tell people that you only own 1 pair of jeans.
100%.
Listeners, send Hal some jeans.
Yeah.
Please.
Or like a gift card for a place that sells jeans. He'll buy his own damn jeans.
I will say this.
Apparently he won't.
No, he will if the listeners are paying. He honors them and they're precious in his heart.
So you can put a picture of my cursive and your new jeans.
I will say this. When Ben told me to do what Jennifer said, I listened to him because I've told this story. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many of our listeners know this story.
None of them. You don't tell
I would not be married to my lovely wife, Jennifer, if it was not for Ben Acker, who essentially asked her out for me because I am 11 years old and was scared to do it myself. And Ben,
and this is years ago, so he was 4 years old.
I was 4 years old. I was just out of diapers, and
Yeah, he was fresh out of diapers.
Ben knew that I had a crush on Jen, and then went and spoke to her, and I thank you for that, Ben.
Well, you're welcome. Here in public and all.
Look at that.
There you go.
Asked
And answered.
There you go, Joey. 3 days up to
PayPal
a week
us.
or a month. All right.
All right,
3
final
days.
one. We have
3
one
days.
more.
One more. Ian.
Let's do 3 more, you guys.
No, there's one more.
There's
man.
only one more on the list.
You can't
We've
hog
just
all
been
the
making them
podcasts.
Let's
up.
do it 3
Yeah.
times.
Do it 3 times.
All right, here we go. I think we'll all come to the same agreement on this.
I'm
Cereal.
curious about this one because I have I don't think we will.
This is best milk fat content.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at everything from whole milk to skim milk.
You're
Okay.
making a face right now, Acker.
Well, who cares about
And
this?
let's really take it to you got whole milk.
As you listen to the show, this is kind of what we do.
This is what I anticipated the docket clearing being when you asked me. That they would go, what milk fat content? And I would go, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
And
whichever
then
one is your favorite.
Listen.
on.
So we have let's narrow this down to 4, okay? We've
Sure.
got whole
4.
milk, skim milk, 1%,
All right.
2%.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Chocolate, strawberry.
You don't care.
I don't.
You don't care about the fat content. So whatever we agree on is going to be the answer here.
Yeah, this is how a bill becomes a law, y'all.
All right, Mark, what do you say?
Skim.
No.
Skim? Why don't
It
you
turns
just
out I
drink
care. Drink water.
Why don't you drink
Don't be a
white
jerk.
water? What is wrong with you?
Skim milk. I like the taste of milk. And,
Nope. Not if you're drinking skim
Yeah,
milk.
come on.
I was raised. This is one of those ones that might be
Nope.
what you're raised on.
Nope.
No,
it's
it's
one
not.
of those where you never had
I was raised
another
on,
milk
yeah.
percent.
I was raised on skim, and like when
The day you got 2%,
Yeah,
you
it
were
was
like,
like Shawshank
Roger
Redemption.
Daltrey
Yeah.
singing "I'm Free"
exactly.
in the
I was
Who's Tommy.
kneeling in the
You
rain.
were doing somersaults on
Yeah.
the beach.
It was beautiful.
All right.
There was like rainbow.
Yeah, every other milk tastes too heavy to me.
Oh, is
All
it
right.
too heavy for you?
Oh,
You
will you
can't
stop?
deal with when I'm watching a film, I have to drink a hearty stein of skim milk.
When I was a kid, I would drink probably a gallon of skim milk every 2 days.
Yeah, because you're trying to get that precious milk fat into your system. The only way you can do it is by putting 2 jugs on either side of a construction helmet and drinking it through a straw. Right?
I bet you got a strong neck from that.
Actually,
Yeah.
okay, if you're not going to go with my personal preference,
Yes.
I will go all the way to the other end and
9%.
100% butter, just butter.
Just pure
No,
Melt
I'll
that
go-
butter on your cereal, but put the cereal in first.
I will go all the way to whole milk because it's most useful in cooking.
Yeah.
Not just to drink a glass of milk.
Listen.
Whole milk is the most useful. If you ever have a recipe that requires milk, whole milk is the only
All right,
way.
you guys, if you have some cookies and you want to have some milk with it, 1%, because you're having cookies, you're fine. 1%. I don't care about this. This is the worst. You're the worst person. Who's this?
Ian.
Ian, you're the worst. I mean, you're
No,
great
you're not.
and I love you, but you're the worst.
Come on, Ian.
1% with some cookies. That's the thing.
Can I tell you what I love, Ben Acker?
Yeah.
First of all, now that, do you need to say asked and answered?
No, what,
No, he's
we
got to
settled
weigh
on
in.
1%?
Hell's got to weigh in.
So I was just,
Have you weighed in?
I haven't yet, but I want to hear what Mark has to say.
I would like to point out, that Ben, thank you for not getting fed up with the process until the very last one.
I'm not fed up with the process. I want to do 2 more. But I'm saying, like, this question, come on.
Yep.
And then this question, follow up, come on. 1%. What are you doing?
I will go with 1% as an answer. I'm a 2% guy, but at that point, am I going to haggle over a percent?
Well,
What
it's
am I?
twice as much.
What am I, a skim milk drinker?
If you're drinking a lot of milk, that's twice as much fat.
You're not drinking a lot
Yeah.
of milk. You're having a couple
Yeah.
of cookies and
It's
a
a
thing of milk.
sometimes treat.
And then you're going to wait, and then you're going to throw that thing out.
Yeah,
Why'd you buy so much milk?
Yeah, you feel terrible after you have whole milk. You feel like you've made a mistake. You're really excited for it, and then you feel terrible. Like,
You're not
oh,
that
I shouldn't have
excited
done
for it.
this.
But is the
I've gotta
question
bury the
best
carton in
milk
the
fat
backyard.
content for a glass to drink with cookies?
That's the platonic ideal of milk use.
Yeah,
all right.
there you go. Asked and answered. Thank you,
And then
everybody, for
answered
submitting.
again.
Yeah.
Ben, thank
Yeah.
you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Tell everybody where they should be following you, what they should be looking for, what they
Guys,
should be reading.
follow me. You can follow me on Twitter at BNACKER. The E is absent. You can follow me on Instagram via the same means, but it will just be a handful of pictures of my dog. It's worth it, and I don't
a very
update
cute
a lot.
dog.
It's he's a great guy. If you're listening to this and you haven't listened to the Thrilling Adventure Hour, who are you? What? Listen to that, for God's sake.
Yes. Read some comics. You can pick up the
Oh,
Beyond Belief
right.
and Sparks Nevada
You
comics.
can pick up the Beyond, as Hal said, Heath Corson and I are writing a Flash Gordon series called King's Quest that involves Mandrake the Magician and the Phantom and other King's Syndicate characters. I think that another thing has been announced, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to tell you about it.
Yes.
And hey, why don't you let me know where I should follow you?
Perfect.
I'll totally do it, probably.
Thank you, Ben. And thank you to everybody who submitted topics to us. We appreciate it.
Ian.
Keep them coming, except for Ian. You're on timeout just for a couple days, and then you can continue to email.
Yes.
And you can send us those emails.
What should I put milk in?
Stop it.
A glass
Ben,
or a
stop
fork?
it.
Stop making fun of Ian.
Okay.
You guys quit dancing. We've been over this.
Send us emails at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/wegotThisPodcast.
Don't do that.
Yes, do it.
Or you can reach out to us on Twitter at WeGotThisTweets or go to the Maximum Fun subreddit. There's probably an argument happening right now.
Ooh, am I in it?
Probably.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you're in the center of a maelstrom now. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, to researcher Kate McManus,
Boom!
QA engineer
McManus!
Vicky, Jen Alba, and thank you to graphic designer Uri Kilman.
Thank you to Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman.
Jonathan Dinerstein!
Both from the Thrilling Adventure Hour.
Mike Furman!
I can't tell if that's Don Pardo or a ghost trying to get me out of your apartment.
No, you're welcome here.
Thank you.
But Don Pardo doesn't feel the same way.
Thank you, Jonathan and Mike, for our score and our song.
Yes, and thank you to all of you who download and listen to the show every week and continue to rate and review us and tell their friends. The audience grows all the time, and we appreciate it so much. Thank you.
For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And
For Ben Acker, I'm Ben Acker.
Don't worry, everybody. We got this.
We got this.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Listener supported.